Good morning. Today we're going to look at simplifying expressions using combining like terms and the distributive property. So let's look at our first example. We have 2 times the quantity x squared plus x in quantity minus 5. So the first thing we have to do is multiply these parts together. So that's going to give us 2x squared. The next thing we're going to do is multiply these parts together, which is going to give us plus 2x. Now this minus 5 that is at the end, nothing's happening to that because it's not inside the set of parentheses. So I'm simply going to drag it along, minus 5. Now I can't combine these terms because this has an x squared, this has an x, and that has nothing. So this is our answer, simplified using the distributive property. Let's look at another example. Here I have 7x squared y plus 8xy squared plus 4xy squared plus 3x squared y plus 2 minus 1. Now I need to combine the terms that are similar. If I look at 7x squared y, I have another term that has an x squared y, which is the 3x squared y. So here I'm going to take the coefficients in front of the number, or in front of the letters, and we're going to add those together. So I'm taking 7 plus 3, which gives me 10 x squared y. Now I have an xy squared, and I have another xy squared. So I'm going to add those together. The coefficients are 8 and 4, and when I add those together I get 12. So I'm going to have plus 12xy squared. Now we have some numbers here at the end, 2 minus 1. And when we add those together, 2 minus 1 is going to give me plus 1. Now if you look at these terms, that has an x squared and a y attached to its coefficient, and this has an x and a y squared. Those terms are different because it's different letters with different powers. Let's look at another example. Here we have 7x squared and 2x squared and 4x squared. Those are all like terms, so we're going to add those together. We're going to add the coefficient 7 plus 2 plus 4. And 7 plus 2 is 9, plus 4 is 13. So I'm going to have 13x squared. Now this 3x, there's nothing else in our expression that has an x attached to it. So we're simply going to drag it along, plus 3x. Then we have the minus 2. There's nothing else like it, so we're just going to drag it along. So our answer is 13x squared plus 3x plus 2. Let's look at another example. Here we have 3 different terms that all have the g included in them. So if I look at this, I have 7g minus 2g plus 5. Well, 7 minus 2 gives me 5g, plus another 5g will give me 10g. And then I'm going to drag along the plus 2 because there's not another term like it. Let's look at our next example. Here I have to use the distributive property first to be able to solve the question. So I'm taking 6 times 3x, which will give me 18x. And then I'm taking the 6 times the 2, which will give me plus 12. And then I'm going to drag along the minus 4. Well, now that I've done the distributive property, I need to look at combining these terms because they are similar. They don't have any letters attached. I'm going to drag the 18x along because I can't do anything else with that. 12 minus 4 is going to give me plus 8. So my final answer is 18x plus 8. Let's look at another example. Here I have the expression 7g plus 4g plus 2. Now these g parts can be added together. 7 plus 4 is going to give me 11g. And then the plus 2 is a part that I'm going to drag along. So my final answer is 11g plus 2. Let's look at another example. Those are the ends of our examples for today. We have our final answer, 11g plus 2. This will help you to simplify expressions using the distributive property and combining like terms. Have a great day. Bye-bye.